According to statistics, it's slightly safer to give birth in the birth centre than at home if you are having your first child. But the emphasis is on the word slight. The research reported that only 36 of the 4,063 low-risk women who delivered their first child at home experienced negative outcomes. That's 36 out of 4,063, or 0.8%. There is no difference in safety for subsequent births. One of the advantages of giving birth at home is that you'll be in an environment that is more conducive to labour. To give birth, we need the hormone oxytocin, and to produce that we need to be in a relaxed, dimly lit, comfortable and undisturbed environment. Adrenaline interrupts the production of oxytocin, and it's created when we're anxious. Any sort of stress will increase adrenaline and slow down labour. This includes the transfer to hospital. Often women are progressing well at home, and once they transfer, things can slow down. The stress of the journey, being in the waiting area, being told you're not progressed enough to be admitted and need to go home or need to wait in a clinical hospital environment can all slow down labour. One of the loveliest aspects of giving birth at home is that you can sleep in your own bed. You do not have to wait to be discharged or cope in a hot, noisy, crowded and impersonal postnatal ward. You're less likely to be separated from your birth partner. You will be surrounded by familiarity and home comforts, no need to share your shower or toilet with strangers, no screaming babies to stop you from sleeping. It really is the best environment for rest and recovery. If you opt for home birth, you will either be supported by your community midwife team or a dedicated home birth team, depending on what's available in your area. In some places, you will be given all your antenatal appointments at home with the same midwife. This continuity of care has been proven to improve birth outcomes. In areas where there's a dedicated team, there may be an opportunity to meet all the home birth midwives, which means that if your midwife is not on duty when you go into labour, you will know the person coming through your door. It's worth doing your research as to what postnatal support is available in your area if you decide to give birth at home. The most important thing is to find out what sort of breastfeeding support is available. It may be that support is limited, so you might want to consider lining up peer-to-peer support or researching private lactation consultants so you have someone to call if you need to. A birth centre is not as cosy or familiar as being at home, but it's certainly more like home than a labour ward. The optimum environment for birth can be recreated in a birth centre if you're prepared. The stress of transferring can be mitigated with tools and techniques taught in hypnobirthing and natural childbirth classes. These classes will also give you ideas on how to make your birth centre room feel as homely as possible. The advantages of giving birth in a hospital-based birth centre is that you're close to medical support should you require it, which is reassuring for some women and their partners. If you choose to birth in a freestanding birth centre, you will need to transfer to hospital, usually by ambulance, if you need medical support. Birth centre rooms are generally well equipped with facilities to help you labour, such as birthing balls, pools and stalls. You will have a private room, often with a double bed, and many will allow your partner to stay overnight. You may need to transfer to the postnatal ward if the room is required, or you need to stay longer to recover. Remember, there is also always the possibility that a room is not available in the birth centre when you need it, in which case you will be given a room in the labour ward. Now we're going to look at my 4 top tips to optimise your chance of having a successful natural birth.